If you're looking for a lens that captures the world exactly the way your eyes see it, you should probably try a 40mm. People always say that 50mm is the closest to human vision, but we look around with both eyes open. Our field of view is much wider. It feels more like 250mm lenses stitched together, almost like a natural cinematic anamorphic view. And that's where the 40mm comes in. It strikes this perfect, subtle balance between a narrow perspective and a bit wider view. In terms of sheer field of view, it actually feels way closer to how we naturally take in the world. I didn't really own a proper 40mm lens before, but I have this older camera, an Olympus 35 SP. I like it so much. It had a fixed 42mm f1.7 lens. And I like that focal length. It's practically identical to a 40mm, just looks so natural. It doesn't warp reality like a wide-angle lens, and it never feels flat or boring like a 50mm. Quiet yet vivid sense of storytelling. That's the character of 40mm. It's subtle. It's understated. Everything is just right. It feels like you're telling a deeply engaging story, but in the quiet voice. This character makes it ultimate lens for daily life because it's so close to your natural intuition. It doesn't matter if you are on a bustling street or in a quiet place. Whenever you see something that captures your eye, you just left the camera and the frame matches exactly what you just saw. Now there are plenty of 40mm options out there. Nikon, like Sony, have their own native glass, and Voigtlander even has a crazy f1.2. But this one right here in my hand, the TTArtisan full-frame AF 40mm f2, is the most budget-friendly of them all, only about $168. I have always known TTArtisan for their knack for recreating classic vintage lenses, like the Bilta 75mm f1.5. I love it so much. I honestly didn't expect them to come out with an autofocus lens like this, and it continues their tradition of excellent craftsmanship. It's tiny, weighing in at around 170 grams, and it comes in 3 mounts: Sony, Nikon, and Lumix. The rear lens cap actually has a built-in USB port just for firmware update. It's aluminum bodied, not plastic like that Nikon one, but it feels still lightweight with that cold premium mechanical touch. And it's dedicated manual aperturing. It supports 1/3 stop adjustment with mechanical feedback. But there is one small letdown here. The auto mode on the aperturing doesn't lock. It's pretty easy to accidentally move it out of auto position, and you don't know, you just turning the camera aperture dial for nothing. I think a simple click lock for the A position would have been perfect, but it's missing. It's lightweight. Taking it out with you never feels like a chore, mentally or physically. The details are crisp and tack sharp. You don't have to worry about it. It's really good. I didn't find any distortion, but it's not perfect. When you shoot wide open at f2, you will definitely notice some vignetting around the corners, like many faster wide-angle lenses. Since it's a budget third-party lens, everyone's biggest worry is usually the autofocus. It feels pretty much identical to using a native Sony lens. Plenty quiet and fast. You won't hear any annoying hunting noises, which is great. But the autofocus logic can be a bit lazy sometimes. When the focusing distance changes abruptly, it occasionally acts like it's falling asleep, just sitting there doing nothing. You have to give it a little nudge, half press the shutter or tap the screen, and it will wake up and snap onto the subject. Hopefully, TTArtisan will fix it in a future firmware update. So if you're used to constant snappy response of native lenses, you might find its autofocus a bit hesitant, but it's a very minor difference. And that vignette. For me, I don't care. I usually using vintage lenses. Vignetting is exactly where the charm is. For $168 and 170 grams, it gives you zero pressure, no mental burden, and no anxiety about babying an expensive piece of gear. It just sits on your camera like an old friend, quiet, humble, and always ready to turn what's in front of you into a memory. It will remind you of the pure, effortless joy of just picking up a camera and documenting life.